Dreams do come true. On December 17, 1903 at 10:35 a.m., two brothers reached the sky from a coastal sand dune near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, and made the world a little smaller. Orville and Wilbur Wright had successfully realized one of mankind's earliest dreams. They flew. By proving that people could fly, history was made. Orville and Wilbur had the courage to think outside the lines and to imagine the future. On June 18, 1971, aviation history was made once again when a dream came true for two visionaries, Herb Kelleher and Rollin King. They also had the courage to think outside the lines. Herb and Rollin had a dream to prove that people could fly affordably and have fun along the way. And they too made the world a little smaller by giving America the freedom to fly. Where would we be today if their dream had not come true? It began on an afternoon in 1966 when Rollin King, a businessman, met with his attorney Herb Kelleher in San Antonio's elite St. Anthony's Club. Rollin King used a cocktail napkin to illustrate his vision to start an airline that would operate between three Texas cities. He drew a triangle, labeling the corners Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. He explained, "We could offer fares so low people could fly instead of drive." Herb paused, placed his drink on the napkin, then spoke. "Rollin, you're crazy. Let's do it." Their dream was revolutionary, to actually make it more affordable to fly than to drive. There was no better place to plant the seeds of a revolution than above the endless stretches of Texas highways. The company was incorporated as Air Southwest on March 15, 1967. With $500,000 in the bank, Herb filed an application with the Texas Aeronautics Commission. The application was a state, not a federal matter, because Southwest wasn't proposing to fly out of Texas. But before a single plane could take to the skies, the established airlines saw the threat. They tied Air Southwest up in bitter legal battles for 3 long years.
Well, when we finished the litigation, we had debts of about $133,000 and $148 in the bank. And by that time, none of us had any credit left on our credit cards.
Herb offered to represent the company for free and pay all costs out of his own pocket. One battle went all the way to the United States Supreme Court. And it was there, on December 7, 1970, that the court handed down a victory for Southwest, the right to fly. Air Southwest was changed to Southwest Airlines on March 29, 1971. But after 3 years of legal battles, Southwest still had no airplanes, no employees, and no money. Airline veteran Lamar Muse entered the picture as Southwest's first operating president and CEO in January 1971. Through the sale of promissory notes, $1.25 million was raised for aircraft and startup costs. Southwest got a real boost when Boeing offered a bargain on 3 737-200s. They hadn't been able to sell them due to overproduction during the early 70s recession. Boeing agreed to carry 90% of the financing. It was an offer that couldn't be refused. And now, 35 years later, Southwest remains true to an all-Boeing 737 fleet. With money in hand and aircraft to fly, we now needed people. Lamar Muse and Rollin King put together quite a team of airline veterans and spirited employees. Jack Vidal, engineering and maintenance manager from Braniff. Donald Ogden, a retired American Airlines pilot and former flight operations executive. And Bill Franklin, a senior manager at Trans Texas for 22 years. They became known as the Over the Hill Gang. With a great management team, 195 feisty employees, and 3 airplanes, was the dream about to become a reality? Not just yet. Just days before takeoff, Braniff and Texas International made another attempt to stop Southwest by obtaining an injunction from a Texas state court. Things were looking bleak. Once again, Herb went to battle, appealing to the Texas Supreme Court. On that same day, the higher court overruled the lower court. Southwest retained the right to fly. From that afternoon in 1966, it took 5 long years for Southwest to take off from that cocktail napkin. But on June 18, 1971, that barroom dream became a reality. Service began with 6 round trips between Dallas and San Antonio and 12 round trips between Dallas and Houston Intercontinental. Little did anyone know on that glorious day that this struggling little airline would later become the most admired airline in aviation history.
Remember what it was like before Southwest Airlines came into the picture? We brought you love between Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. A schedule you could depend on. Flights to Hobby Airport. Plus one thing no other airline can ever offer. Me. Remember?
On November 14, 1971, Southwest moved half of its Houston service to Hobby Airport from Houston Intercontinental. We began service between Houston Hobby and San Antonio, completing the triangle on the cocktail napkin. All Houston service was moved to Hobby the following year, and our load factors doubled. This move set a business strategy for Southwest that would be repeated many times over, flying into close-in, uncongested airports. But the battles weren't over yet. On May 13, 1972, just 8 months after acquiring a 4th aircraft, Southwest was forced to sell it. A federal district judge ruled that Southwest couldn't fly charters out of state. But the 4th aircraft wasn't just for charters. It was used on regular routes as well. Bill Franklin, one of our leaders, came up with a brilliant innovation. Keep the remaining 3 planes on the ground no more than 10 minutes, and we could still fly our same schedule. The loss of 1/4 of our fleet gave birth to the famous 10-minute turn and our warrior spirit. The smirks on our competitors' faces turned to awestruck wonder, mixed with a little bit of apprehension. Southwest employees proved it could be done because we knew early on that efficiency equates to low fares.
That's why we invented the 10-minute turnaround. Our planes pull into the jetway, board passengers, and pull out again in 10 minutes or less. The way we look at it, the quicker you're in the air, the quicker you get where you're going. Kelleher here.
You're gonna love our Southwest spirit.
The 10-minute turn was only the beginning of many innovations to come for the Maverick upstart. Southwest Airlines was only 5 months old when Lamar Muse came up with an unbelievable offer. $10 on the last flight of the week from Houston to Dallas. The plane was needed back in Dallas anyway for maintenance service, so why fly it back empty? Within 2 weeks, we had a full load and we never advertised. In October 1972, Southwest began offering half-price flights at night after 7:59 p.m. and all day Saturday and Sunday. This led to one of the most important innovations in airline marketing history, the 2-tier fare system. No one had ever seen anything like Southwest Airlines. Texas businessmen had never seen fares so low. They had never seen planes turn around so fast. And there was something else they had never seen.
You didn't have hostesses in hot pants, remember?
No one had ever seen that much, well, personality on an airline. Flying would never be the same again. Southwest believed then, as we do today, that flying should not be an ordeal to be tolerated, but rather a good time to be enjoyed by all. But the competition didn't want anyone to have a good time. In February 1973, Braniff made a bold competitive move against Southwest. Braniff cut their fares between Dallas and Houston to $13, half of Southwest's fare. It was a potentially devastating situation for Southwest, since Dallas to Houston was our only profitable route at the time. Matching the fare could have put us out of business. In an even bolder move, Southwest countered with one of the most famous ads in our history. Nobody's going to shoot Southwest Airlines out of the sky for a lousy $13. That was just the headline. The text stated that Southwest would match Braniff's $13 fare, or any customer who paid the full $26 fare could take home a bottle of premium liquor. The plan was ingenious. These fifths of liquor did not cost $13. but a businessman could put the $26 fare on his expense report and take the liquor home for free. Once again, a Braniff tactic backfired. Southwest won the 1973 fare war and became the largest distributor in Texas of Chivas, Crown Royal, and Smirnoff for those 2 months. Of even greater significance, however, was that as a result of the overwhelming response to Southwest's underdog crusade, the tide turned for Southwest Airlines. In 1973, we made our first annual profit. From posting a $175,000 profit in 1973 to a $587 million profit in 2006, the trend of profitability has continued for 34 consecutive years, a feat unmatched in the airline industry. We expanded on the original plan drawn on the cocktail napkin when Harlingen became our 4th city on February 11, 1975. In 1977, after 5 years of legal battles, Southwest finally won the right to call Love Field home. The battle began back in 1972 when the DFW Regional Airport and the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth sued Southwest in hopes of forcing us to move to the less convenient DFW airport. The other airlines had signed a contract in 1968, agreeing to the move when the new airport was completed. But Southwest wasn't in business when the deal was signed, so we weren't obligated to move. After all, love is Southwest Airlines.
We're not gonna move. We're gonna stay right here at Love Field at a convenient gate.
Love Field's our home. That's where we started and got our beginning, and I hope that's where we stay from now on.
Love is Southwest Airlines.
Love is our home.
The people that want to get to Houston want to get to Houston fast. They don't want to drive 50 miles to an airport to go 200 miles.
Love is still our field.
Love is being close. In Houston, it's hobby. And in Dallas, love is still our field.
And that same year, we did indeed spread our wings from Love Field, adding Corpus Christi, Lubbock, Midland, El Paso, and Austin. After the long years of legal battles and startup costs, Southwest didn't have much money left over to pay for advertising. So we looked for creative ways to get our name in the news. Thus began the Love theme. Flight attendants served drinks called Love Potions while dressed in orange hot pants and lace-up go-go boots. We called our peanuts Love Bites, and tickets were purchased from Love Machines. Our unique personality, fun-loving attitude, and catchphrase, love, sex, and war in the skies, got us more attention than money could ever buy. Later, when Southwest Airlines went on the New York Stock Exchange in 1977, our stock ticker symbol became LOVE, L-U-V. In 1978, we began service to Amarillo. An era ended for Southwest Airlines when Lamar Muse resigned. Howard Putnam came on board 8 months later from United Airlines to fill the vacancy of CEO and president, and Herb became permanent chairman of the board. That same year, Congress passed the Airline Deregulation Act. This allowed competition on routes across the country that were virtual monopolies. And best of all, it opened the door for Southwest to fly out of state and into markets suffering from high fares. Southwest seized the opportunity and began our first out-of-state flight from Houston Hobby to New Orleans on January 25, 1979. When Southwest asked for authority to fly from Dallas Love Field to New Orleans, we encountered stern opposition from no less a figure than the majority leader of the House of Representatives, Jim Wright of Fort Worth, Texas. He was still smarting over Southwest's victory to call Love Field home. Wright feared that Southwest staying at Love Field would hurt the revenue stream at DFW Airport. In just one day, he went straight to the floor of the House and got approval for banning all interstate service out of Love Field. The approval came in the form of a rider to a bill the House was debating on foreign trade. Southwest didn't even know the topic was up for debate. Upon hearing the news, Herb immediately began gaining support from many senators who believed in Southwest Airlines and deregulation. Seeing support for his initiative dwindle, Jim Wright compromised. On December 17, 1979, the U.S. Congress unanimously approved a compromise agreement stating that no airline could provide nonstop service out of Love Field to any state beyond Texas or the 4 contiguous states. This agreement became known as the Wright Amendment. Although it was meant to clip our wings, we still managed to spread them from coast to coast. In fact, we closed out the 1970s serving 12 cities with 18 aircraft and 1,630 determined employees. Margaret Mead once said, "Never believe that a few caring people can't change the world, for indeed, that's all who ever have." When Southwest took to the skies in 1971, we had 195 dedicated employees. Herb described their secret weapons in fighting all those early battles as being an indomitable spirit, boundless energy, immense goodwill, and burning desire to succeed. The public loved our fighting underdog spirit, and the character and vehemence of the opposition gave us all kinds of esprit de corps. This fighting spirit has become known as the much-envied Southwest Spirit. From our original employees, that spirit has infiltrated to each and every Southwest employee today. That spirit continues to change the world of aviation history. Southwest spread our wings in the 80s and soared to new destinations throughout the country. We began to move to the other states bordering Texas in 1980, adding Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Albuquerque. We also reinstated service to Houston Intercontinental. Almost before we knew it, we were 10 years old.
We're celebrating 10 years of love, Southwest style.
I give him a 10.
We're celebrating 10 years of loving you more often, to more of the places you want to go.
Houston, here I come.
All of us at Southwest Airlines have been in love with all of you for a whole 10 years now.
Even the captain.
And
you ain't seen nothing yet.
In a special ceremony, the Winning Spirit aircraft was christened and dedicated to our original employees. We owe them a world of gratitude and thanks. In 1981, CEO and President Howard Putnam resigned to join the then ailing Braniff. On February 23, 1982, Herb agreed to take on the roles of CEO and President. Under Herb's helm, Southwest continued to soar, opening Las Vegas, Phoenix, San Diego, Kansas City, Los Angeles, and San Francisco that same year. We launched an advertising campaign focusing on the fun and spirit of Herb and our great airline.
There's a certain Southwest spirit.
This is what we call our Quicket machine. It allows you to buy a ticket in about 30 seconds.
There's a certain Southwest style.
Just take your credit card and run it through the machine like this. Just like this.
There's a certain Southwest flair.
Patty, what's wrong with this machine?
card's expired, Herb.
Oh.
We're Southwest Airlines, keeping fares low and spirits high for you.
On February 8, 1983, our beloved T.J. Love was born. The story of T.J. Love was told in author Winifred Barnum's book, Gum Wrappers and Goggles. This story about a little airplane that thought he could and finally did begin to fly parallels the story of Southwest Airlines. Southwest launched service to Denver the first time in May. We eventually ceased service in September 1986. As governor of Arkansas in 1984, Bill Clinton helped cut the ribbon of our service into Little Rock. Southwest was proud to be the launch customer for Boeing's next generation 737-300. We celebrated this milestone on December 16, 1984 at a gala dinner. It was a great tribute from the visionaries who gave America the freedom to fly to the two brothers who proved that man could.
Tonight, we honor these two brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, and their unforgettable moment in aviation history. And tonight, we honor other men and women and other moments in aviation history. For if Orville and Wilbur pioneered the right stuff, our guest speaker tonight perfected it.
It's a pleasure to be associated with Southwest Airlines because Herb, I fly on a lot of airplanes. Some of them I fly myself, others I ride in the back. And I'll tell you, it's a pleasure to work with people that have the right attitude and are aggressive and obviously know how to run an airline, because that's few and far between in these times and days. And I want to congratulate you, and it's a pleasure to be here and talk with all of your friends. Thank you very much.
Southwest Airlines is delighted to present our surprise guest star, Mr. Bob Hope.
Let me tell you, I'm as surprised as you are that I'm here. I was flying to El Paso, and this is where the ticket agent sent me. And I met Herb Kelleher just a minute ago. I had the feeling he was chairman of the board when he introduced himself as God. No, but he's a nice man, and he told me I could ride on Southwest anytime. Just let him know, and he'll put me on standby.
The following day, December 17th, Southwest unveiled our new Boeing 737-300 as Kitty Hawk. The inaugural flight from Dallas Love Field took place 81 years to the day after the Wright brothers' historic flight. St. Louis and Chicago received a little luck of the Irish as Southwest arrived with our low fares and fun Southwest spirit on St. Patrick's Day, 1985. In May, we soared to Ontario with an introductory fare of $9 for 9 days. Inside each Southwest employee, a servant's heart beats. Not only do you take care of our customers, but you give to those in need. Following the loss of his daughter to leukemia, Captain Dick East began volunteering at the Ronald McDonald Houses in cities to which he flew. His dedication to the Ronald McDonald House quickly spread throughout the Southwest family as many employees began cooking monthly dinners. And in 1985, the airline that Love built named the house that Love built as our primary charity. A home away from home, the Ronald McDonald Houses offer the families of children receiving medical treatment a place to stay, a place near the hospital. For more than 20 years now, Southwest employees have dedicated countless volunteer hours sharing strength, stability, and support.
Birds I hear flying up above, bringing song in.
To further share our love, we also host the annual Love Classic Golf Tournaments. To date, the tournaments have raised nearly $8 million for the Ronald McDonald Houses. No greater gift can be given than that of one's self. Thanks for giving a little bit of yourself and a lot of hope to these families in need.
Oh, until we meet again. Oh, this whole world can seem so big everywhere you go. We can choose to become a friend with anyone we know. I wish you well. I wish you love. Oh, I wish you all I can. I wish you peace. I wish you hope. Oh, until we meet, my friends. Oh, I wish you well. Oh, I wish you love. Oh, I wish you all I can. I wish you peace. I wish you hope. Oh, until we meet, my friends.
An upstart rival invaded our happy skies. Muse Air, an airline started by Lamar Muse and his son. They blew into town and tried to take over Houston Hobby and Love Field. Our warrior spirit prevailed, and on June 25, 1985, Southwest took over Muse Air. The name was changed the following year to Transtar. On August 9, 1987, Transtar ceased operations. Service began to Nashville in 1986, marking our first venture into the Southeast. We soared to Birmingham and Detroit the following year. In 1987, Southwest began advertising the company plane. Because our flights are so convenient, our service so attentive, and our fares so low, business people actually thought of Southwest Airlines as the company plane. To show appreciation for our loyal customers, we launched the Company Club, our frequent flyer program. Based on total trips flown, regardless of distance, it is the simplest and fastest way to receive free round-trip tickets.
Because most of Southwest Airlines flights are short, We reward our company club members for short trips, not long miles. Southwest Airlines, 8 short round trips get you a free round trip.
Southwest Airlines has one of the best on-time records in the country.
Mr. Smith, you're early.
Just something to remember. Southwest Airlines, non-stops to Houston Hobby, Dallas Love Field, and Phoenix.
It was an alliance like none before it. One of the country's most respected air powers joined forces with one of the world's most spectacular sea powers. A Boeing 737 aircraft was hidden in an undisclosed hangar far from the public eye. Then 48 gallons of white gloss paint, 30 gallons of black gloss paint, and 18 gallons of Southwest colors were applied. And on the morning of May 23, 1988, it was indeed a whale of a surprise as Southwest Airlines and SeaWorld of Texas announced the arrival of Shamu 1. On May 30th, 1990, Shamu 1 got a mate, Shamu 2, our 100th aircraft. The proud parents gave birth to the third whale in our pod, Shamu 3, on September 7th, 1990. We raced to Indianapolis and on to Oakland in 1989. And Southwest Airlines reached major carrier status that year by exceeding $1 billion in operating revenues. What a way to end the decade. Our fleet had grown to 94, and we were 7,760 strong. The love theme disappeared from our advertising, but we still had a unique image. And people continued to talk about the way we dressed and the fun we had.
There's a certain Southwest spirit.
One reason we're successful is that we take the competition seriously, but not ourselves.
There's a certain Southwest style.
I know another thing that probably has something to do with our success, the way we dress.
There's a certain Southwest flair.
But what really makes us successful is that we paint the names of famous people on our airplanes.
We're Southwest Airlines, keeping fares low and spirits high for you.
During the 80s, we learned that we were really living up to Herb and Rollins' original dream. Customers were flying Southwest not only because we were affordable, but because it was fun and enjoyable. The employees of Southwest Airlines were proving to be our biggest competitive advantage. You set us apart from other airlines with your warrior spirits, servants' hearts, and fun-loving attitudes.
We're the Southwest team, that's what we are.
No MVP, we're each a big star.
It's fun to fly and it's fun to serve.
And fun is what our customers deserve.
Our spirit's special.
Our attitude's the best.
We're proud to be part of the Team Southwest. Shuffle fun, shuffle, shuffle fun, shuffle fun, fun, shuffle fun, shuffle Southwest fun.
When we're at the stick, we feel right at home. Wheels up, flaps up, we're gone, gone, gone.
Today Amarillo and tomorrow L.A. Wheels up, flaps up, we're on our way.
But after we've spent several days above, wheels down, flaps down, we're back home in love.
Shuffle fun, shuffle fun, shuffle fun, shuffle fun,
Shuffle fun.
shuffle fun, Southwest fun.
My name is Herb, Big Daddy-O. You should all know me, I run this show. Without your help, there'd be no love on the ground below or in the air above. You're truly my source of strength and pride, and I sure am glad you're on my side. Shuffle fun, shuffle, shuffle fun, shuffle fun, fun, shuffle fun, shuffle Southwest, fun, fun.
Time flies when you're having fun. Customers fondly remember us from the 70s when we were young and adventurous. Hot pants were in style. Having fun was the rule of the day. We grew up a little bit the next 20 years, but our Southwest spirit and our fun-loving attitudes were alive as ever. We proved that we could stay up with the fashion world. We unveiled our Signals of Success uniforms featuring comfortable shorts and tennis shoes. We knew our success depended on one thing Southwest had that our competitors didn't: our unique culture and dedicated employees. From day one, Southwest employees had a stick-together teamwork that was necessitated during the years Southwest was under attack. That feeling of loyalty, dedication, and caring for one another created a culture of family. We knew we had to preserve that family atmosphere to maintain our competitive advantage.
10 years ago, people said, oh my gosh, you can't possibly keep this spirit. You can't possibly keep this, rapport that your employees have among each other.
I love them. All of them. Every day. in every way.
On January 16, 1990, Colleen Barrett formed Southwest Culture Committee. Employees from all across the company were selected. This group's goal is to do whatever it takes to preserve, protect, and promote the special Southwest spirit and culture that has made this such a wonderful company and family. Later, it was expanded to include individual culture committees from each of our cities. The local culture committees ensure that our unique corporate culture and spirit continue to thrive everywhere, even as we grow. And grow we did, adding Burbank and Reno that same year. When the Gulf War broke out in 1990, fuel prices spiked. Southwest employees began a program called Fuel from the Heart. Southwest employees could actually choose to purchase jet fuel for our airplanes at the cost of $1.10 per gallon and have the cost payroll deducted. We prove that once again, nobody faces a challenge better than Southwest.
I grew up in Texas with blacktop roads and horny toads and starry, starry nights.
Southwest Airlines proudly unfurls Lone Star One, a flagship in our Boeing 737 fleet and a high-flying tribute to the indomitable spirit that makes Texas a true state of mind. On this, our 20th anniversary, we pause to thank you, our wonderful customers, our remarkable employees, and our dear friends, for your patronage, your support, and your love.
And the Lone Star is flying high, proud and undefeated, right where it belongs, shining in the Texas sky. The Lone Star is flying high.
And I am gratefully, most importantly, to our tremendously talented, to our tremendously loyal, and to our tremendously caring and fun-loving employees. You are the persona of our airline. You are the light that makes our image shine so brightly. You are the people who smile, and that smile is passed on. Who laugh, and that laugh is passed on. And who give, and that gift is passed on. Your winning spirit, your caring about one another, as well as our customers, and your positive attitude about what you do and how you do it, is a celebration far beyond our 20th anniversary. It is indeed a celebration of life itself.
We continued to spread our wings as we headed to Sacramento in 1991, and then on to Cleveland and Columbus in 1992.
There's an aircraft service company in the Southeast called Stevens Aviation, which came up with a snappy slogan a while back, Plain Smart, plain spelled P-L-A-N-E. And how do you think Stevens felt when Southwest Airlines, 7th biggest in the country and the most profitable, put this on the air?
Southwest Airlines, just plain smart.
Any fool could see what was coming. Of course, the normal thing to do would be call the lawyers, go to court, litigate, spend some money. But then these people are hardly normal.
We don't really believe in litigation. Besides that, what fun would that have been?
So Stevens chairman Kurt Herwald called up the fun-loving boss of Southwest and suggested they arm wrestle for the right to use the slogan. Kurt trained, chain-smoking, hard-drinking Herb Kelleher trained, well, sort of. And today they bust in company employees, cheerleaders, and their crazy boss for... That's right, Malice in Dallas, complete with real-life wrestlers, 700 waving pom-poms, and the wildest company rally you ever saw for Killer Kurt and Smokin' Herb. Now remember, this is the chairman of a Fortune 500 company. Of course, Southwest's Herb knew he would lose, just as he knew Stevens' Kurt would say.
We've decided to allow Southwest Airlines to continue the use of our slogan.
And then they donated $15,000 to charities.
The lawyers didn't get a dime, I'm most happy to say.
And Herb, who thought of everything, had a stretcher ready to carry him away, and a ready estimate on what all this fund saved in litigation fees.
$450,000, $500,000.
Not to mention all this free publicity. What was that slogan? Just plain smart?
Remember, I don't care what you say, just mention my name.
Keith Morrison, NBC News, Dallas.
For the many ways we show you we care.
For the meetings you made with time to spare. For when we picked you up and brought you safely home. One for somehow knowing it was the first time you had flown.
Recently, Southwest Airlines won the airline industry's first annual Triple Crown ever. #1 in on-time performance, #1 in customer satisfaction, and #1 in baggage handling.
One straight from the heart. One right from the start.
For the way we make you feel, for the way we give our best.
We're the one.
#1 Southwest.
Southwest Airlines, #1 and still climbing.
One for treating luggage like it might be our own.
One for being helpful when you call us on the phone. One for keeping prices low and keeping spirits high. One with you down on the ground and one up in the sky. One straight from the heart. One
Right from the start. For the way we make you feel, for the way we give our best.
we're the one.
#1 Southwest.
Living up to their goal to preserve and promote the culture at Southwest Airlines, our Culture Committee unveiled a very special recognition program. In February 1993, we dedicated a new Boeing 737-300 aircraft, Heroes of the Heart, to honor a different behind-the-scenes employee group each year. The deserving department's name is emblazoned in the Heroes of the Heart logo on the aircraft for 1 full year. Our station administrative coordinators received our company's first Heroes of the Heart award. This special recognition has been given to a deserving department on Valentine's Day every year since. Our route map continued to grow in 1993 as Louisville, San Jose, and Baltimore became Southwest cities. Orange County was added the following year. In what has been called one of the smartest moves in airline history, Southwest Airlines acquired Salt Lake City-based Morris Air on December 31st, 1993. It was a match made in heaven. Both airlines flew Boeing 737 aircraft, and the cultures were very similar. The merger was symbolically sealed on Valentine's Day of the following year when Southwest Spirit and Morris Magic walked down the aisle of Graceland Wedding Chapel in Las Vegas. The media loved this outrageous event, and Southwest proved once again that you can be the best and still have a fun-loving attitude while doing it.
You want to share it with everyone around, everyone around.
The acquisition resulted in adding Portland, Seattle, Spokane, Tucson, Boise, and Salt Lake City to our ever-expanding route map.
Herb Kelleher and June Morris are celebrating their first anniversary. Herb's the head of Southwest Airlines. June's the founder of Morris Airlines. A year ago, they combined Southwest and Morris to make Salt Lake's best airline, with even more low fares and more flights. It's been a very big year.
Careful, I just had that baby waxed.
Southwest, the low-fare airline.
Hey, Herb, let's stop for ice cream.
Our nationwide success came as a shock to the large established carriers. Most of them still regarded Southwest as a small regional airline. As the shock wore off, the imitation began. Continental Airlines launched Continental Light. Delta launched Delta Express. US Airways launched Metrojet. United Airlines launched the United Shuttle. They tried to run Southwest out of the top spot as the low-fare leader. They attempted to copy our operation and business philosophy.
Southwest Airlines will not lose a fare war.
We have low operating costs, so we can offer you low fares on a regular basis. It's not a gimmick, it's not a promotion with us. It's something that we believe in with all of our fiber. It's every seat, every flight, everywhere we fly. Other airlines try to copy Southwest, but they're just facsimiles of the real thing. Southwest is the low-fare airline. If there's a fare war, they're going to get nuked.
As each battle was fought, we employed our greatest weapon, our people. These airlines underestimated the warrior spirit of Southwest Airlines and the positively outrageous service we give our valued customers. None of those imitation startups exist today.
It's a new day in Arizona, a better life for everyone. A bright star in Arizona, flying high in the valley of the sun.
The competition tried another way to knock us out of the sky. Two of the strongest boys on the block, Continental and United, teamed up to lock Southwest Airlines out of two of the most popular travel agent reservation systems, Apollo and System 1. We were facing the possibility of a huge loss in revenue, so we reached up our sleeves and plucked out another ace. They wanted us to issue fewer tickets, so we did them one better. On January 31st, 1995, Southwest Airlines introduced a more convenient way to fly called ticketless travel. This allowed our customers to fly with an electronic reservation instead of a printed paper ticket. On March 17, 1995, Southwest once again became a maverick when we launched the first website in the airline industry. Originally dubbed iFlySWA.com, the website was developed completely in-house by 5 Southwest marketing employees at a cost of about $5 million. Initially, the site offered flight schedules, fare details, and other general information, but customers could not actually book their flights online yet. That changed in 1996, when we gave our customers the option to book their tickets online and receive their confirmations by mail. In 1997, the site was relocated to Southwest.com. Southwest offered our first internet-only fare sale later that year. Customer feedback and employee innovation have led to many Southwest.com enhancements throughout the years. Today, Southwest.com generates approximately 70% of our passenger revenue. Now considered the largest airline website, Southwest.com ranks as one of the largest e-commerce sites with the likes of Amazon.com.
On August the 11th, a group of people met in an airport hangar to celebrate what would become a proud moment in California history. They ate, they sang, they laughed, they made speeches. Then they opened the hangar.
Today, here to stay, we're Southwest, flying high above California sky.
At Southwest, we're proud to dedicate California One to the people and the state of California.
Southwest was still growing by leaps and bounds. In 1995, we staked our claim in Omaha. Our long-awaited service to Florida began in 1996, adding Tampa, Fort Lauderdale, and Orlando. And we dropped anchor in Providence, Rhode Island. On April 25th that year, Southwest announced a new name for our frequent flyer program, Rapid Rewards. The name reflected our goal, frequent flyers get rewards fast.
Circuit breakers. Check. Window heat. On. Takeoff warning horn. Check. Parking brake. Set. Radio's radar and transponder. Set and standing by. Sunscreen. SPF 15. That's a check. Cool shades. On.
You are now free to move about the country.
We started out with humble roots to a handful of destinations. We weren't afraid to laugh, we weren't afraid to dream. We had nothing but determination. Now we've grown into a family, over 20,000 people strong. We've been pioneers for all these years, and we did it for you all along. And it's been 25 years of love, from Southwest to you. Just listen to the sound of the 737s above. You're hearing 25 years of love, and it's been 25 years of love. The kind of love that's true. 25 years of love, from Southwest to you.
In 1997, we expanded to Jacksonville and Jackson. Due to more cities demanding Southwest's low fares and great service, the first chip in the Wright Amendment fell when Congress enacted the Shelby Amendment. This provision to the Wright Amendment allows interstate flights from Dallas Love Field to Mississippi, Alabama, and Kansas. The largest, highest-flying trophy ever to grace the face of the earth was delivered to Southwest employees on June 9, 1997. For 5 consecutive years, Southwest had placed first in the Department of Transportation's rankings for best on-time performance, best baggage handling, and fewest customer complaints. Adorned with the names of 24,133 current employees, Triple Crown 1 was dedicated for this unprecedented achievement.
It's all up to me and you together. With the strength from above, I believe we can fly. I believe we can fly.
Must be football season. In 1997, Southwest scored a touchdown when we kicked off our first ever national partnership as proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah! I love you forever.
Our Southwest pilots display their servants' hearts in a very special way. On September 29, 1997, our Adopt a Pilot program for 5th grade students took off. Southwest pilots mentor students and communicate a key message. Education is important in reaching personal goals. Students research geographical and historical information about cities where their adopted pilots fly. The program began with 50 Southwest pilots and 50 classrooms in Southwest cities. Today, 580 pilots participate and reach more than 700 classrooms nationwide. More than 110,000 students have benefited from this worthwhile program. In 1998, we began service to Manchester, and Cargo set up shop on the World Wide Web at swacargo.com. Southwest Airlines was named the best company to work for in America by Fortune magazine. Southwest once again received a great honor as the launch customer for the 737-700. And on January 6, 1999, we dedicated one of our aircraft to baseball legend and friend Nolan Ryan. This Hall of Fame pitcher once had a pitch clocked at 600 miles per hour when he served as our official spokesman for Air Cargo. It was also a year of growth as we added service to Long Island's Islip Airport, Raleigh-Durham, and Hartford-Springfield's Bradley International Airport. And we accepted delivery of our 300th Boeing 737.
I give America the freedom to fly. This is the land that I love best. I am Nevada, you'll see me in the sky. I am the spirit of Southwest.
With our legendary low fares, lots of daily flights, and positively outrageous service, the people of Southwest Airlines pledge to give America the freedom to fly. Nevada One is a high-flying tribute to America's 36th state.
With convenient flights every day, Southwest Airlines gives you the freedom to do business out of town and still come home at night.
Winston, I'm home!
What a decade. As we stood on the threshold of the 21st century, we had 27 consecutive years of profitability, job security for 27,653 valiant employees, and a fleet of 312 airplanes serving 56 airports. We stood proudly. We were fulfilling the dream of our two visionaries. We were giving America the freedom to fly.
You are now free to move about the country. You are now free to move about the country. You can call us rebels with our heads up in the clouds. You can say we're different, but that just makes us proud.
When they try to steal our thunder, we always beat them. One more reason we become a symbol of freedom.
To work for a company that affords people the opportunity to go and see and do things that normally they wouldn't experience except for maybe, you know, on the television. It's pretty exciting.
It gives people the freedom to choose.
You can go anywhere you want to go for peanuts.
It's unbelievable the percentage of people that get on board the airplane that have never flown before.
Just to go visit for a birthday, go see the granddaughter for the first time.
They could not get there unless we were carrying them.
It's completely changed the face of the industry, and I'm happy to say I've seen that happen in my career.
You are now free to move about the country. You are now free to move about the country.
Southwest Airlines is a symbol of freedom. Every day, it rings true for over 26,000 extraordinary individuals who work for our company. At Southwest, you have the freedom to make big dreams happen for our customers and for yourself.
We're allowed to be ourselves, and it's a freedom that you rarely see in businesses today.
It's fun. The people that you work with are fantastic. The opportunities are many.
It's a very flexible job.
Being able to wear shorts and tennis shoes, dress up at Halloween, I mean, that's a freedom right there.
I have the freedom to select the schedule that I want.
Job security, to where I know that they're going to be there tomorrow.
Good money, you know, great benefits.
My very favorite personal freedom is to get to fly to San Francisco to see my daughter.
The ability to use your ideas and create something that works. It works for everybody.
You can run down on the ramp and help throw bags, or you can run back and help clean the airplane.
It's nothing for a captain or a pilot or flight attendant, anybody, to ask you, how can I help you?
I feel very lucky to be with this airline for 25 years and get paid to do what I'm enjoying.
Working is fun. It's not like a job. I want to come to work.
I like what I do. You know, I don't see myself doing anything else in the next 20 years but that.
And that type of attitude, you know, spreads, it rubs off, and I think everybody's pretty much got it.
To know that they're going to rely on you to do your job professionally and perfectly every time, it makes you feel like you're the most important person in the world.
Every day when you go to work, you give people the freedom to fly, the freedom to go places and do things more often than they ever dreamed. And while you may not fly the plane, you help steer our company with your positive attitude, your boundless energy, and your will to succeed. For that, we thank you.
Southwest soared into the next millennium, opening Albany and Buffalo in 2000 and West Palm Beach in January the following year. Swabiz, another great Southwest innovation, launched in May of 2000. Swabiz is a one-stop shop where business travelers can book flights via southwest.com, and travel managers track online exactly how much they are spending. Later enhancements allow the booking and tracking of car and hotel reservations, as well as some other benefits that assist the travel managers.
Ancient cultures dwelled in cliffs 1,000 years ago.
Conquistadors built palaces bequeathed to Mexico, a province, territory, and finally a state. A land filled with enchantment and destined to be great. I am New Mexico. You'll see me in the sky. I am the spirit of Southwest.
Southwest Airlines proudly introduces New Mexico One, a high-flying tribute to America's 47th state.
Eyes of a puppy dog. Lips made for sin. You're not dreaming. I'm for real. We got a call.
Hello.
Louis?
Yeah?
Louis?
Want to get away?
You are now free to move about the country.
Back in 1971, we staked our claim on high. A golden bird with silver wings had taken to the sky. A slash of orange across our tail, a bolt of brilliant red. From down below, the world would know Southwest was overhead. For 30 years, our golden birds have graced the nation's skies, a proud reminder of the things we've come to symbolize. A spirit and a people and a place where freedom rings. A company of winners where everybody sings.
I give America the freedom to fly. This is the land that I love best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest.
Southwest has a rich history that we should all be proud of. In our 30th year, we should look back at how far we've come, then turn around and dream what is yet to be. The future of Southwest Airlines is in each and every one of us, every one of you right now. The man who's led the charge is with us here today. Let's bring him out, your president, chairman, and CEO. You know his name, Herb Kelleher.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the celebration of Southwest Airlines' 30th year of commercial air service. And it has been a wonderful 30 years thanks to you, and you, and you, and you. Even though we have been providing the freedom to fly for fully 30 years, every day is a totally new day at Southwest Airlines. Our people, you, continually color outside the lines. Your spirit constantly rejuvenates my spirit. At the same time as we pay homage to our past, we delight in our future. A future replete with infinite possibilities and infinite opportunities as long as we maintain our competitive edge in the airline industry. Some things about Southwest will never change, but some things will.
New dawn now is breaking across the great Southwest. From deep within a canyon wall, a new bird leaves its nest and spreads its wings for all to see. The spirit of our past. The future has a bold new look that says we're built to last.
I give America the freedom to fly. This is the land that I love best. Yeah. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest.
Southwest Airlines proudly introduces Spirit One, a 30th anniversary salute to our past and a toast to our future. From the airline that gives America the freedom to fly.
I give America the freedom to fly. This is the land that I love best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I am the spirit of Southwest.
Our bold new Spirit look exemplifies the strength of our airline and of you, the people of Southwest Airlines, the people who provide the legendary customer service upon which our success has been founded. And Spirit One and Spirit Two aren't just specialty planes. They are the first 737s in a totally new fleet design that firmly launches us into the future. Now, more than ever, freedom is a beautiful thing.
I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest.
On March 4th, 2001, Southwest ended 19 years of service at San Francisco International Airport. Since then, many operational improvements have been made. Southwest is excited to resume service in the fall of 2007 and pick up the heart we left behind. A change at the top came in our 30th anniversary year. Herb chose to focus his efforts on matters that affected Southwest and the entire airline industry. Herb kept his role as chairman of the board. Jim Parker assumed the role of CEO, and Colleen became the first female president of a major airline. No more strings attached. In the fall of 2001, we bid farewell to our colored string bag tags with the successful introduction of a new automated bag tag system. The new bag tag improves efficiency and compliance with the FAA on selectee procedures. What began as a year of celebration for Southwest Airlines turned into one that will be remembered by events that changed the world and the entire airline industry forever.
Our nation, our industry, and our personal lives changed forever on September 11, 2001. It's a day that will be etched in our minds and our hearts forever. Let's take a minute and look back at what our employees went through for those first few days. And let us not forget how fragile our business can be if we're not prepared. And let's also remember to take immense pride in the brave hearts and caring spirits that prevailed in our coworkers during this extremely difficult and emotional time.
I was driving to work, just a normal Tuesday, and then I heard on the radio that there was an unconfirmed report that an airplane had hit the World Trade Center.
Watching the second aircraft hit the building, the South Tower, and realizing that America was under attack.
The priorities, I think, fell in this order. First of all, make sure that our employees are safe. Secondly, make sure that our customers are safe.
About that time, I guess we heard from our dispatch center that all of our airplanes had been ordered on the ground.
And it ended up I was doing a countdown for the executives in the boardroom. I would say when we're down to 190, we're down to 170, and it got pretty stressful because we got down to one airplane and we did not know where it was.
It's still hard to talk about it, but I remember walking into the kitchen area next to the boardroom, and I said one of those little quick breath prayers. I just said, God help us all.
We finally got confirmation that it was on the ground, and at that point there was a tremendous, as you would guess, sense of relief in the room. And that's really when it hit me. I knew we were out of the woods, out of danger, yet I knew the real battle had just begun.
We're very well prepared at Southwest Airlines for most things, but this was a play that couldn't be rehearsed.
There was no certainty that the airline industry would ever emerge from this disaster.
With our planes grounded, our customers would not be flying, so the cash wouldn't be coming in the door, and we had to figure out really quickly how we were going to build our cash and preserve our cash because we didn't know how long the airline was going to be shut down.
That was essentially the battle cry then, is to take every possible precaution to save cash. And I think all 35,000 employees of Southwest Airlines each contributed to that.
We had a lot of meetings where we sat down and talked about it and went through all the issues, and then we just made decisions and made them pretty quickly.
We came to a conclusion that if we're going to be true to who we are, we've got to give our customers their money back.
There was a huge amount of pride in the decision itself to offer the refunds because no one else did.
So what we risked, in other words, by that policy was seeing $500 million fly out the door in a very short period of time.
There was never any discussion on how many employees we need to lay off or how many planes do we need to sit on the ground. The conversation always focused toward getting back to flying.
It was just a matter of, we're going to get this done, no matter what. And yes, you're doing it for the customers, and yes, you want to get the crews where they're supposed to be and get them home to their families, and all of those things are there that drive you. But at some point, you just have to say, we're not failing at this, period.
For the 30 years of our history leading up to September 11th of 2001, Herb had taught us so well to manage our business in good times so that we could survive in bad times.
Until we went through something like September 11th, I don't think we fully appreciated that fact, that we were so financially strong.
You know, subsequent to 9/11, you know, I've been proud to be an American, but on that day, I was especially proud to be an employee of Southwest Airlines.
I love my country, and this is the best company anybody could have worked for.
All the accommodations to the flights, all the phone calls that were received and dealt with, and all the love and care and concern that was passed out to the customers, I think is truly monumental in my mind. I think those are truly the heroes.
I think one of the things that helped us be successful in this case was we bent over backwards to communicate with the passengers early on, even during the flight, to let them know what was going on, instead of keeping them in the dark when they knew a lot of unusual events were happening.
Our reservations agents, in essence, became counselors. They started to console the public. They had to kind of console each other.
We all became that family, what we're known for 30 years plus years. We became one.
We're not just everyday people. I mean, we really care about one another and the outcome of situations like this.
I think that made it easier for Southwest employees than maybe some of the other carriers to handle the difficulties because we know we've got each other.
Sacrifice, sacrifice. And I say that because you had individuals that were willing to come in that, you know, didn't want to clock in, but just wanted to be there.
The memories of everyone pitching in and working so hard together is something that I'll remember to the day I die.
Character is not made in a time of crisis. Character is revealed. Through those first 3 days and 3 months and even until today, the character of Southwest Airlines has been revealed.
Southwest Airlines reinforced for all time in America that the people of America could count on Southwest Airlines, that we were going to be there for them.
All of the people from headquarters were out by the security fence, waving American flags.
He came along the taxiway and turned sharp, and you could see his landing lights pointing at us, and I thought, oh boy, he's going. This looks good.
They were cheering, there were banners, there were flags, and it just touched your soul.
And it was almost as if, as a company, we wanted to get as close to that plane as possible.
Somebody in our group, and there were 1,000 people lined up across the fence, started singing God Bless America. And then, you know, a second person started singing it, and then everybody was singing.
Now, we couldn't hear that with our ears on the airplane, but I can assure you we felt that in our heart.
To see those planes go up for the first time was just the greatest feeling in the whole world.
You couldn't watch it without, a tear and a swelling heart.
I thought to myself that here is a remarkable tribute to the people of Southwest Airlines.
That first flight marked the beginning of a long struggle for the airline industry. No one could be sure if profits would return. other airlines chose to lay off more than 100,000 employees and ground aircraft as their first response to post-attack troubles. The Southwest tradition of caring for our employees was never stronger than after 9/11. Our company chose not to lay off a single employee and vowed to weather the downturn with cash reserves and work ingenuity. In turn, many caring employees who wanted to help keep Southwest financially healthy gave money back to the company through our Pledge to Love program. When the events of 9/11 unfolded, the reality of increased security became the norm at our airports. With all the changes, we knew we couldn't return to business as usual. We put on our game faces and learned to deal with the challenges of doing business in a changed world. Southwest employees learned to accept constant change. You never gave in and you never gave up. As a demonstration of our commitment to our customers, Southwest Airlines kept a promise to begin service out of Norfolk in October 2001, a mere 6 weeks after 9/11. With all the security directives being issued so quickly, we had to move quickly to improve our customers' airport experience. To streamline new processes, Southwest changed several long-time procedures through automation. We started with the question of plastic or paper. And in 2002, we retired our famous plastic boarding passes in favor of an automated system that issues a paper boarding card, either with a sky cap, at the ticket counter, or the departure gate. The new boarding pass enables us to comply with TSA security requirements by bearing the name of the passenger on the boarding card, and that now allows us to have a 100% positive bag match. We then rolled out rapid check-in self-service kiosks that allow our customers to swipe a credit card or rapid rewards card and print automated boarding passes, bag tags, travel itineraries, or receipts. The following year, we completed the rollout of gate readers that allow our operations agents to scan the barcode on the automated boarding pass. This greatly improves our boarding process by consolidating customer and operational information where it's needed the most, at our gate. We continued on with our constant crusade to lower costs. Thanks to a fuel hedging program that Gary Kelly initiated prior to September 11th, Southwest has the lowest fuel costs in the industry. The program enabled us to lock in our fuel prices, saving us hundreds of millions of dollars as energy prices soared. To battle our rising fuel costs, we also began adding blended winglets to our fleet of Boeing 737s. The distinctive winglets not only significantly reduce our fuel burn, but give us the added benefit of longer aircraft range. Things got even easier for our customers when we proudly launched Internet Check-In in February 2004. Customers who are traveling with an electronic reservation can now print a boarding pass online at southwest.com. The new online boarding pass allows a customer entry through security checkpoint and onboard their scheduled flight without making an additional stop. Now that's convenience.
Introducing Southwest's new online check-in. Now you can check in from your computer and print out your boarding pass before you even get to the airport, which means you can avoid the lines.
Southwest kicked off 2004 with lights, camera, action. The day-to-day experiences of Southwest employees and customers at Los Angeles and Chicago took center stage when the real-life series Airline debuted on A&E. The high-flying series took a behind-the-scenes look at the drama surrounding commercial airline travel. Airline eventually ran for 3 seasons and later added Baltimore and Houston. What a unique way to showcase our legendary customer service as Airline drew large audiences and critical acclaim. The show gave us hours of publicity and national awareness that we couldn't afford to buy. Southwest customers weren't the only ones receiving added convenience. On March 17th, we launched SWALife, a website that gave our dedicated employees access to company information from any computer, anytime, anywhere. Southwest moved forward again. What better place to begin than Philadelphia, the birthplace of freedom? On May 9th, we let it be known in true Southwest style that we had arrived in the city of brotherly love. We launched our ad campaign that promoted our trademark onboard bell to a town that certainly understood the liberties a bell can bring. And what a great time we had celebrating our nation's independence as a major sponsor of the Welcome America 4th of July celebration. After all, it wasn't our first big parade, nor will it be our last. The celebration continued as we celebrated our 33rd anniversary on June 18th with a ceremony at Dallas Maintenance, where more than 3,000 employees gathered to witness the christening of another company milestone, our 400th aircraft. Vice Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Jim Parker announced his retirement on July 16th. Executive Vice President and Chief Financial Officer Gary Kelly was named by the board to fill both positions effective immediately. Gary knew there were many challenges before us. Gary also knew he was here to serve a great team, the employees of Southwest Airlines. On October 8th, we dedicated our newest signature aircraft, the Spirit of Hope, at a surprise ceremony at Boeing Field in Seattle. The special jet features original overhead bin artwork created by children from Ronald McDonald House Charities of Western Washington. The specialty aircraft joined our fleet on October 11th by making its inaugural public flight from Philadelphia, the birthplace of the first Ronald McDonald House 30 years ago.
I wish you peace, I wish you hope, oh, until we meet, my friends.
In November 2004, Gary Kelly let it be known that business would not be as usual when he declared that Southwest Airlines was no longer passionately neutral and would seek to repeal the Wright Amendment. This position symbolizes that the famous warrior spirit of Southwest employees is alive as ever and that we're ready to win this battle.
Enough is enough. Southwest Airlines and the people of Dallas deserve better. The Wright Amendment is outdated, and its repeal is long overdue. So go to setlovefree.com today and support the freedom to fly.
On December 21st, Southwest again made a bold change to our business strategy. When ATA Airlines declared bankruptcy, AirTran Airways, a staunch competitor, moved in to buy ATA's gates at Chicago's Midway Airport. In a surprising move, Southwest made ATA an offer they couldn't refuse. Southwest provided ATA the financing to continue their operations, while also taking over 6 of their gates at Midway Airport. We also announced a code share agreement. The deal proved to be a win-win for both airlines, allowing ATA to continue operations while giving Southwest a boost in revenue. On January 17, 2005, we said sweet dreams to a very faithful friend, our last 737-200. With a coast-to-coast pajama party, we put N95, the last of our 200s, to bed. In its 21-year life, aircraft N95 flew more than 38 million miles. That's enough miles to travel to the moon and back 81 times. Southwest was featured on the small screen in an episode of Extreme Makeover, Home Edition. 30 of our mechanics, flight attendants, and pilots pitched in to build a special airplane-themed room. This opportunity allowed us to integrate our brand with a show that stands for the same principles our company was founded on: family, community, and human kindness.
When I see you down, I wanna pick you up, I wanna give you.
It was yet another great innovation for Southwest Airlines when we launched Ding. It's the first ever direct link to our customers' desktops that lets them know when our hottest deals are available at southwest.com. The very difficult decision was made to cease operations at Houston Intercontinental on April 2nd. However, Pittsburgh scored big, becoming Southwest's 60th city on May 4th.
Maryland, my Maryland, our banner rises high. Proud symbol of our heritage, bold colors in the sky. Bright gold and black for Calvert, the crosslands red and white. The coats of arms of heroes born to freedom's greatest fight.
I give America the freedom to fly. This is my promise, my quest. I am Maryland, you see me in the sky. I am the spirit of Southwest.
We spread our wings a little wider in Florida and began service to Fort Myers on October 2nd. It was a slam dunk for Southwest when we unveiled Slam Dunk One on November 3rd to represent our high-flying partnership with the National Basketball Association. Another chip fell in the Wright Amendment on November 30th when Missouri was liberated by Congress, allowing nonstop flights between Dallas Love Field and cities in Missouri. On June 15th, Southwest Airlines joined with the cities of Dallas and Fort Worth, American Airlines, and DFW International Airport to announce that all parties have agreed to seek the enactment of legislation to repeal the Wright Amendment.
I have been involved in litigation, legislative struggles, and cuss fights over Love Field since 1972, a period of 34 years. The fact that Southwest Airlines stands here today, stands here with Fort Worth, DFW Airport, American Airlines, and the city of Dallas indicates, I believe, that surely there must also be hope for world peace. The only victor, the only surefire winner from this agreement is the public.
What a milestone! On June 18, 2006, Southwest Airlines celebrated 35 years of love. In the spirit of remembrance, the festivities began on Friday, June 16th, with the Boeing Burgers and Beer Birthday Bash. Followed by the annual awards banquet on June 17th.
Well, happy 35th. Wow. There is a sea of people in front of my eyes, and everyone is celebrating something. I hope that y'all had a great week, because I think it has been a great 35th week. Something special has happened every day.
You all are, without a doubt, the hardest working, the most caring, the most loving family of employees that have ever been assembled anywhere. And I love you all for it. And I'm very proud to be a part of your family. And I guess I'm just smart enough to know, the last time I looked, I wasn't out there every day loading bags, answering customers' questions, selling seats, flying airplanes, serving customers on board the aircraft, although I do serve a mean peanut, but it's you. You all are what makes Southwest Airlines special.
Tonight, the Founders Award is presented to the people who were so adventuresome are either so dumb that they agreed to work for an airline that didn't have any airplanes, and that not 1 in 1,000 or maybe 10,000 Texans gave a snowball's chance in hell of surviving. Tonight, I'm presenting the Founders Award to the people without whom none of us would have jobs at Southwest Airlines, and without whom none of us would be celebrating 35 years of success. Never have so many owed so much to so few. Tonight, the Founders Award is presented with love and with esteem to each of our 17 original employees.
Set you free. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest. I give America the freedom to fly. I'm proud to be among the best. I give America the freedom to fly. I am the spirit of Southwest.
What an accomplishment and what a ride. I would like to start out by congratulating our original employees who started our 35-year history of being #1 in customer service. What an accolade. And I'd like to thank the close to 32,000 people that have allowed us to keep that record for 35 years. You're the best, I love you, and it's been a wonderful ride for me. Thanks.
Southwest won votes for the Love Party when we launched service to our nation's capital by opening Washington Dulles on October 5th, 2006.
I love the way you've decorated in here.
Want to get away?
You are now free to move about the country.
Inside each of our 32,000 employees today beats the same heart and the same winning spirit that got us where we are today. Herb once described Southwest employees as having the hearts of lions, the strength of elephants, and the determination of water buffaloes. The employees of Southwest were from the very beginning, as they are today, our most powerful competitive advantage. While a number of airlines may attempt to imitate Southwest, none of them can duplicate the spirit, unity, can-do attitudes, and marvelous esprit de corps of the Southwest employees, who continually provide superb customer service to each other and the traveling public. Just as the past has belonged to Southwest because of our people's goodwill, dedication, and energy, so shall Southwest seize the future.
You are my heroines and my heroes. From our inception, we've always been a company of people rather than a company of airplanes. And what a rich and colorful history we have. On June 18, 1971, we took to the skies with only 3 aircraft, serving only 3 Texas cities. We had 195 employees, about the same number who defended the Alamo. At the close of 2006, we boast a fleet of 481 aircraft serving 63 cities, and our Southwest family has grown to more than 32,000 employees. Since our inception, we have given more than 1.2 billion customers the freedom to fly. With your warrior spirit, you have made that freedom possible by keeping our costs low, by winning fare wars, and by battling other airlines who would rather see us go than come. With your servant's heart, you have made that freedom possible by following the golden rule, going above and beyond, and treating our customers like friends. With your fun-loving attitude, you have made that freedom possible by showing our customers that flying can be enjoyable and pleasantly memorable. Because of you, our customers keep coming back. Because of you, someone has visited a grandchild, taken the vacation of a lifetime, explored an opportunity, or simply flown for no more reason than just to see what's out there. Our ongoing gallant mission belongs to you. As Southwest Airlines employees who are the future of our legendary airline, it is your responsibility to honor our history. It is up to you to remember the creativity and innovation that has kept us stable during many unstable times. It is up to you to perpetuate the culture that sets us apart from the rest. You must remember that success does not come easily, and it's something you have to continue to fight for each and every day. My deepest, most heartfelt thanks to each of you for fulfilling the dream that Rollin and I had back in 1966. That dream became true because somewhere along the way, all of you got wrapped up in the same dream, to give America the freedom to fly. Your spirit and your tenacity have made Southwest Airlines a symbol of freedom. Please, please, keep our dream alive forever.